friends, this is Leslie from Leslie's Voice, and today I'm going to talk about a video series which I'm going to release in the next few weeks. And this video is specifically for the recruiters and talent acquisition specialists who are working in corporate companies, right? This video will help you to understand what are the things you need to prepare for an interview if you're a job seeker, and what kind of questions will be asked in an interview for a recruiter, and how to answer those questions. So this is a series of videos which I'll be posting in coming weeks, and giving each week I'll take one question and explain you how to answer those questions in your job interview. So this video series is specifically for only recruiters and talent acquisition professionals or people who are in human resource industry, right? So on this video, I'm going to talk about the basics, how you need to prepare for an interview before going for an interview, right? So there are a few things that you need to do before you go for an interview so that you are able to answer the questions which might be asked in the interview. So this video, I'm going to tell only about the basics. On the next video, I'll take one question and tell you how to answer those questions. These are practically asked questions in job interviews for talent acquisition and recruiters in corporate companies. Okay, so this video is definitely going to help you if you are a talent acquisition or a recruiter. Okay, so let's start about this week video. I'm going to talk about the basics that you need to prepare before you even prepare for an interview. Right. So first thing that you need to do is preparing your mindset. So what I mean by that is, once you think that you should look for a job opportunity, you should prepare your mindset to attend interviews. You should prepare your mindset to get in a new environment. You should prepare your mindset to, negotiate salary and see what are the other opportunities available in the market. The reason I'm telling this is, most of the recruiters may not be interested for a job change, but may be pushed for a job change. Like, they didn't get a hike, in their company, or they like their company, they like their role, they like their, environment that they're working, but still the salary that they're making is not enough. So they want to look for a change. So these kind of dilemmas will stop you in getting the right opportunity. So first thing you need to do is you should prepare your mindset. What you need to do is you should be clear why you want to look for a job change. Well, if you look for a job change, what are the consequences that you'll be facing? For example, if you are getting an opportunity far away from your home, then you might need to change your location. So these kind of things you have to check, think, and decide whether you need to look for a job change or not, or whether you have to look for a job change after some time. So this is what you need to do first before you even prepare your resume. The second step is, as you know, you need to prepare your resume. Okay. So when you prepare your resume, you should keep few things in your mind as a recruiter. As a recruiter, what are the things you will check in a resume when hiring a candidate for a job role? So based on that, you need to prepare your resume, which is appealing to the hiring manager, that is the recruitment manager in the next company, right? And you should include all the things that you have done in overall experience. Let's say you have 7 years of experience. You should try to include all those activities, all those hiring that you have done in all your 7 years experience. For example, you might have done a recruitment for entry to expert level or manager position, leadership positions. So you should be including that. You should include what kind of skills you have hired for. You should include what kind of tools you have used for. You should include, what are the other projects apart from recruitment you have done. So you have to think in that aspect and prepare your resume. But make sure your resume does not go beyond 3 pages. Even though you have 10 years of experience or 15 years of experience, please make sure that your resume does not go more than 2 to 3 pages, right? And other thing that you have to include in your resume is about your achievements. When I say achievements, recruitment is all about numbers. Then you have to talk about numbers in your achievement. For example, I have reduced my time to fill from 80 days to 60 days. That's an achievement, right? So these kind of things you have to include in a resume to make your resume more appealing and more attractive to the hiring manager. The second important thing you have to do while preparing your resume is preparing your LinkedIn profile page, which is very, very important. If you want a job in a very good company, very good, happening company, let's say, then you need to be available in LinkedIn with all details prepared. right? If you don't have a LinkedIn account, make sure that you prepare your LinkedIn account properly with the guidelines, which I'll be sharing later in the next video, how to prepare a LinkedIn profile page. So based on that, you have to prepare your LinkedIn profile page, so that there are so many recruiters who look for the people from LinkedIn, not directly from Naukri. There are so many companies, product-based companies, which hire only through LinkedIn. So it's important that you are also available in LinkedIn to get your dream job. So these are the two important things that you need to do before you get, preparing for your interview. The third important thing that you need to do is to understand about your company. For example, let's say you're working in an MNC organization. You should know about the business lines in your company. You should know about the top management in your company. You should know what are the levels available. Probably you might, as a recruiter, you should be knowing all these things, but I'm refreshing you so that you prepare all these things before you go for an interview, right? Before even you put your resume in Naukri or a Monster. So you should make sure that you know all the business lines, business units, and service lines in your organization, and you should also know what are the different levels and what is the pay band for different levels, what is the experience level that we hire for different levels, right? And what are the skills you are hired for. So this kind of internal things that inside your company you should be knowing. You should know about your leaders, the leaders for your business. Let's say like L1, L2 leaders, right? So this kind of information you should have been prepared before you even apply for a job opportunity if you're a recruiter. And the next thing that you have to prepare is, you might have hired somebody for an, let's say for a niche skill 3 years back or 4 years back, and that you have put in your resume. And if you forgot in the interview about that skill, about that skill, what kind of people you are hired and things like that, then that's going to be a challenge for you to get a job. So you should prepare all the skills that you are hired for in your entire career. Let's say an IT skill or a non-IT skill, right? Anything can be a finance requirement, but you should know very well about those skills. When I say very well about those skills, it's not about what are the skills, combination of skills that you hired. You should know about the substitute of those skills. You should know the related data. Let's say like relational database or a database, right? What is a relation database? What is a database, right? And what are the common databases available in the market? And why do people prefer Oracle to SQL? Those kind of simple things that you should know if you want to get a job in your dream company. And if you're going for a product-based company interview, then you should know all this stuff to get clear the interview. And the other thing is that you are sourcing tools and you are sourcing tricks and techniques, right? You might have done sourcing through using Google X-ray search or GitHub early in your career, but you might not be using that right now. But you should be prepared about it. So you should make sure that you refresh all those things so that you can answer in the interview. And another important thing you should know about before you even apply for an interview is about your numbers. When I say about your numbers, you should know about your source mix, right? You should know about the percentage of each source. For example, an interviewer might ask you, like, tell me about your source mix and how many positions you have filled and in a time period of last 3 months. Then you should be able to say like how many positions you filled, the total number, and the source mix of those positions. So you should prepare all those things. You should know which one to give more. Like for an example, ERP, what is the percentage? And if you tell ERP is less than 10%, recruiters or hiring managers will think twice to hire you, because ERP is a major source. It should be a major source for all recruiters who are working in corporate environment, right? And the other thing is like what is the source percentage from job portal? What is the percentage from agency? So basically you should know all these numbers about your hiring that you have done, how many positions you have filled, how many positions in last quarter. If you are doing volume hiring, then how many positions you have done. If it is niche skill, then how many positions, what are the different tools that you have used, and what is your source mix percentage. And another important thing that you have to do, prepare before you apply for an interview is you should know about the recent trends happening in recruitment or in your industry or in your human resource. So when I say recent trends, at present the recent trend is like artificial intelligence and doing the video interview those kind of stuff. So you should know what it is and how it is done. Only if you know all those stuff, you can impress a recruiter or a hiring manager to get your dream job. So before you go for an interview, first you need to prepare your mindset. Second, you have to prepare your resume and LinkedIn. And third, you have to prepare yourself, like knowing about your company, about your service lines, business units, leaders, etc. Right? And fourth, you should know about the skills that you are hired and the tools that you have used. And fifth, you should know about your numbers, that is source mix, number of positions filled, right? And the process. And the sixth, you should know about the recent trends in recruitment industry. So if you're looking for a job change, then this is what you have to do first as a basic. And the next video series, I'll talk about the interview questions that are asked in the major corporate companies and how to answer those questions and why they ask those questions and what they expect from you out of these questions. It's going to be a complete preparation video series for you to get the dream job. So keep watching, and if you are not subscribed for this video or my channel, please subscribe right now. And if you have any questions, please write a comment so that I can reply to you. Thank you very much.